As the contrarian I am, I'm going to stand by this. This episode is very, very, very unique.
You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up.
Currently, it's the 10th of May. Happy May, by the way. This is a great time to buy Donald J. Trump, the ATA. If you're new to this channel, welcome on board. Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ahmed at Altcoin Era. And today we're going to go through the markets, and this one's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting, this one, yeah? So just pay attention. I think you're going to like it. Stay to the end. Let's begin. Bitcoin is currently at 103,000 US dollars. It's gone up massively. Everyone is elated. Everyone is ecstatic. I'm hearing altcoin season. I'm hearing the most on social media. So we're going to look into the markets and find out where we're heading to next. We were very close, very close to my target of 100,000 US dollars. I think we were shy of my target of around 2,000 US dollars. Very close. I did say we're heading to 100K. The road to 94,000 still continues, ladies and gentlemen. I want to show you something. This is a technical setup right here. We sweep the lows. Okay, this is very important. We managed to sweep the lows, ladies and gentlemen, but we didn't break it. We didn't close. So this is very bullish. Okay, we swept the lows, didn't break. Look right here. We swept the highs right here and we didn't break it. This was bearish. This setup right here and this setup right here is identical. They are identical. This is a reversal to higher prices. If you feel like you've been sidelined, if you feel the FOMO, this is a good episode for you. As the contrarian I am, I'm going to stand by this. This episode is very unique. Even the biggest key opinion leader, Donald Trump, is saying that we should buy stocks. Now let's see his past performance. And if you look at his past performance, he literally tweeted that you better buy every stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. Here is a video of him.
You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. You know, if we get that, if you don't, and the Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, if it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, if you had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, Senator Schumer's become a Palestinian. Welcome. I don't know when they're going to give him the ceremony, whatever the ceremony may be. It's terrible what's happened to the Democrats. So very important element of everything, of what we're doing, unrelated to today, but related in the sense that we'll do, if that passes, we'll do even more business with the UK. We'll have so much.
The S&P 500 pumped and it wicked for a couple of hours. If I show you on the 4-hourly chart, even the hourly, then I'll show you on the 15-minute chart. And this is what he said. The biggest key opinion leader in the world marked the top, the local top, shall I say. Currently, it's the 10th of May. Happy May, by the way. We're going to go back in time and we're going to go back to the 9th of April, almost a month. And Donald Trump literally just told Americans to buy the dip. This is the tweet. And he says, this is a great time to buy Donald J. Trump. It also marked the local top right over here. On the 9th of April, the stock market and crypto continued to hurdle downwards. If we zoom into the 2-hourly chart and also the 15-minute chart, it marked somewhat of the local top. For argument's sake, let's do the same for Bitcoin. Donald J. Trump says right over here, literally right over here, you better buy every stock. For research purposes, I looked into every single FOMC meeting for the past year and a half. And every time we had an FOMC meeting, a few days after, we have an altcoin rally. The last FOMC meeting happened on the 5th of May. And as a result, we're having a rally. Ethereum rallied and the whole ecosystem, the whole crypto market has also rallied. It's no surprise. If I look into crypto bubbles, we're up across the board. For the weekly, Ethereum's up a massive 40%. Congratulations. That's amazing to see. Tau is up 28%. Sand is up 25%. So we've had a rally. Beautiful, lovely rally. We've had another FOMC meeting and I've noticed this happen time and time again. We have a rally for altcoins. This is minute, but we did have a mild rally for altcoins. It only lasted for a couple of days. However, this is massive. I'm going to speak about the RSI shortly. Don't worry. This one kind of goes against my theory. Altcoins actually bled and then they rallied after. And again, we have an altcoin rally shortly after the FOMC meeting. Then we had a heavy altcoin season. Remember AI coins? Remember that period? But it was just primarily AI coins. That was it. The likes of Virtual, Gotius Maximus, etc., etc. AI coins were the new shiny coins, or the new shiny sector, and it was just booming while the rest of the market didn't do nothing. This particular run is different. Even NFTs are having a liquidity pump. Then we have another period where we had another FOMC meeting here. Subsequently, what happened after is we had a mild altcoin relief rally. Then altcoins began to bleed for a long time. And again, we have, if I go really zoom in, right over here, the FOMC meeting, then we had a rally. Bitcoin dominance continued to go up. Like, this is a repetitive pattern. There's a clear pattern that keeps on happening again and again. Altcoins keep bleeding into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin keeps on taking more and more and more liquidity from altcoins. And again, we had an FOMC meeting right over here on the 10th of June 2024, and altcoins had a rally, but that rally was short-lived, followed by altcoins bleeding against Bitcoin and Bitcoin gobbling all the liquidity back. Either participants sold their altcoins and bought Bitcoin, or they sold their altcoins and bought stablecoins. And again, we have this period here, FOMC meeting. Shortly after, we had altcoins rally for a while, and Bitcoin continued to go up higher. And again, and again, and again, and again. It kept on doing this. It kept on happening for a very long time. We kept on shouting, altcoin season, altcoin season. I'm with you. I'm on the same team as you. But I've been saying this many, many times. We are going to see an altcoin rally. I said it numerous times. Numerous times. We have everyone screaming for a altcoin season, and we're currently at 33. This is an altcoin rally. I've said this many times. We've had an altcoin rally here, followed by an altcoin rally and an altcoin rally. The only real altcoin season was in 2021 period. That lasted for 88 days during that time, but also it lasted for quite some time. But that's here nor there. What I want to really express is, if you really feel that you're sidelined, there is an opportunity to buy the dip, like the real dip. Now, we're having a weekend pump, and weekend pumps are normally not the best sign. I'm recording as of today on a Saturday night. I've seen this play out plenty times. And in my experience, it's when everyone is very euphoric, elated, that we see participants blindsided. Many participants are coming back into the markets. Yeah, they're all sitting on stable coins. I can show you the stable coin dominance. They're all sitting on stable coins, and they're all moving into, the same hands are moving back into the market. The same participants, the same players are moving back into the market. Stablecoin dominance. And what you can see in here is that basically we've got a little bit more room left. So we normally bounce on this. So we have like 7 or 8% left on this move. So what tends to happen is every time it hits these lower areas, we normally have a regional top. Coin has got some room left. It does have some room left. And whenever we hit this area, it means that it's a local top so far. My bias is that we're heading to 88K or to 92K. That's my bias at the moment. I did say multiple times that the dollar is going to head down. We're going to break downwards. It could be now. The dollar could be rising now. But ultimately, the dollar is going to be faded to this lower area. We're going to have a correction sooner rather than later. And if you feel like you're FOMOing, or you feel like you've been sidelined, don't worry. Prices are going to come down. I know this is not the best time to say it. I know this already. I know this because everyone in the entire space is extremely euphoric. I know ETH has gone up massively in the past couple of days and caused the entire market to go hysterical. NFTs are pumping. Meme coins are pumping. RWAs are pumping. Every sector in the entire crypto market is pumping. And there's no one on this planet that is more happy to see ETH pump. Honestly, you don't understand how happy I am to see ETH pump. Nonetheless, I've been a contrarian my entire life. Yeah. And I might be wrong. We're heading into a weekend. This is a weekend. So a weekend pump is not reliable. It's not reliable at all. Yeah. It's normally, I hate to say it, small money, retail money during the weekends. Big money opens on a Monday. And they're most likely going to push the price downwards. First to 100K, then to 92, and then finally to 88. If you're new to this channel, welcome on board. This is a channel where we don't sell you fluff. We're here to give you the data, the real data, which you need to see. Quick roundup. We're keeping gold, selling Bitcoin, keeping BNB, selling half of Pendle, a quarter of AVAX, sell half of SU, half of Altcoin. We're keeping some of these speculative coins like virtual AI16Z because they haven't performed. They really haven't performed. Cotius outperformed in our entire portfolio. Unlock your edge. Join our private members for exclusive crypto insights, early altcoin picks, and market updates you won't find anywhere else. We're here to help you stay in the right side of markets. No hype, just real strategies that work. Spaces are limited. Apply now and level up your portfolio. There are a lot of participants on social media as well speaking about this in particular. And I've seen this flying around on social media where they're talking about the treasuries and they're talking about QE basically. The Fed is printing, and they're printing in the background apparently. So they actually might be, who knows? But I've seen this like fly around social media. If I can find it, this right here. Now, a lot of participants are saying that, they're printing, they're buying bonds, they're buying mortgage-backed securities, etc., etc. This is not the case. Yeah. A lot of people are trying to, unfortunately, say that there's QE in the background. The Fed just bought 20 billion worth of 3-year bonds. Does that mean QE and money printer has started? Let me explain. The Fed is reinvesting, not printing. There you have it. He's even explained it. There you have it. So that's the truth of the matter, but people don't want to see that. They want to see money printer go up. Oh, and also a lot of participants are using, I think I've spoken about this before, the liquidity. So global liquidity, they love to use this chart basically. So it's global liquidity, and what they do is they're moving it around. I know a lot of participants are speaking about global liquidity and money print and Bitcoin. So what they're doing is, the main reason why the M2 supply is increasing here, guys, the dollar is being devalued, and as a result, it looks like this. If you look at the DXY, ladies and gentlemen, I'll show you. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the DXY and it's gone downwards. If I invert the chart, it looks like this. Okay, so they're just getting the dollar, the DXY, and they're overlaying it with the DXY. I'm going to uninvert it, and there you have it. So the dollar, in my opinion, is definitely going up for the medium term. It's heading up higher. Alts are going to bleed, okay, as they normally do. There's an FOMC meeting that happens, and then a few days later, alts celebrate for quite some time, or just a little period of time, and then unfortunately they bleed into big. The ETH and BTC pair has finally stopped. It's finally done, basically. So that's done. It's over. Khalas, finito. So that's done right here, and this is a good sign. Very, very good sign. Ethereum got to the range highs and the range highs. We're going to head to the range lows. That's a massive drawdown of around 77%. So it's not going to happen in one day, in one night. Charts, they don't go up in one straight line and they don't go down in one foul swoop. Bitcoin is doing really well. I did sell my Bitcoin. I'm looking to get in at lower prices. I know this is extremely contrarian. I know everyone's looking for higher prices. I know everyone's calling for Ethereum to go to 4K now. I'm hearing all sorts. So this is a good period to start taking profits. We were buying, as you are aware of my channel, we were buying at the very, very lows. Heck, I was telling participants here, like here. And we've been riding this whole wave. It's not really difficult, to be fair. Then I said many times during this whole trading embargo, trading war, whatever you want to call it, I did say to buy at this very, very, very bottom, and the very bottom on the S&P 500, which marked the bottom so far. So like, this is how they always do it. They fool you, they go lower, everyone jumps in here thinking, you know what? We're going even further, okay? Or we could just retest the highs. This is a good sign. However, we are going to retest the lows, and it's going to happen by next week. Bitcoin's going to head downwards. Ethereum's going to, of course, head downwards as well. And the whole market is going to head downwards. If you feel like you're sidelined, not to worry. I know a lot of participants want to make you feel like you're too late, but ladies and gentlemen, some of these altcoins are down massively. You're still very, very early. Even if you look at the search trends, Google Trends, and I know we live in a period of AI now. I know no one really Googles, but like 90% of, or a large majority of folks do still use Google. No one's really looking into Bitcoin like that. Or even as the price is at 100K, no one's really looking at the prices like that. If we have a look at the past 5 years, not the UK, let's look at worldwide. This is worldwide search terms for Bitcoin. It's at the very, very bottom. Like, even if you look at the social metric, guys, new money is not coming in. I'll be real and frank with you. That is kind of alarming. Ethereum, let's see what happens with Ethereum. ETH, this is worldwide search terms, guys. And it's at 29. Compare this to May 2021, and again, May 2021. A lot of folks are telling you we're in altcoin season, we're heading into altcoin season and stuff like that. If you really look at the data, just really sit down and look at the data, you'll be able to ascertain where this market is going to. All right, guys. So let's do Solana and blockchain platform, and it should see same thing applies. Social metric is down. Basically, what's just simply happened is everyone has moved into either stable coins or into Bitcoin, and they're just simply rotating back into altcoins, and it's just simply a liquidity grab for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is heading to 145. That's my target. That is my target. However, if you look at the search terms, I can show you a plethora of different data, but this is just easy for me to communicate with everyone here. You still have time. Not to worry. Don't FOMO. Stay level-headed, calm, and we're heading lower first before we go to 145. That's all I wanted to express. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.